After years of speculation and rumor mongering, Valve has finally officially stepped into the arena, both metaphorically and literally, with the release of Counter-Strike Global Agenda's new official game mode, Danger Zone. The Battle Royale genre is admittedly a new and grudgingly accepted one in gaming culture, initially having its roots as a community-supported game mode within existing titles like H1Z1 and Arma, before eventually becoming fully embraced by H1Z1 and other games as official game modes or full standalone games, as was with the case of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and subsequently Fortnite. Sensing a industry trend, everyone from indie developers to AAA industry leaders started hedging their money and development efforts on the continued shockwave that Battle Royale titles were generating. In doing so, their combined efforts transformed Battle Royale games from just being a eccentric oddity within gaming culture, with only a few major games taking the spotlight, to now where Battle Royale has rightfully evolved into a genre in of itself. And as seems to be the case with Valve in recent years, Valve, the company once renowned for being one of the biggest industry leaders in innovation, having received overwhelming critical acclaim and commercial success with titles such as Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, Half-Life 2, and Team Fortress 2. Valve now seems to be once again reinventing their reputation, except now to that of an industry follower. With the release of a digital collectible card game following the popularity of games like Hearthstone, the last thing on anyone's mind was an official Valve-developed competitor, and well, upon release, the market made its descent known. Almost immediately following the release of Artifact, Valve decided the time was right to finally release the long-in-development Battle Royale mode for CSGO. And in order to build a solid active player base in order to support the new mode, Valve made the decision to make CSGO in its entirety free to play. So today we're going to take a look at what CSGO's new Battle Royale game mode, Danger Zone, has to offer and whether it is worth your time and potential money, depending on how you personally choose to support your favorite Battle Royale games. This is WarriorDan, and welcome to another episode of What is the Point Of? Before we continue, I do want to quickly recommend that you do take the time to leave me a comment down below this video. Believe it or not, I do always take the time to read any comments that you guys leave me in the comment section down below, and will usually take the time to either toss it a like or craft a response if I have the time. This series is simply my perspective on games, and I do enjoy reading other opinions, even if they may contrast my own. Now that said, let's enter the Danger Zone. Danger Zone subverts prior seemingly established Battle Royale genre expectations by limiting the total number of players down from 100 to 16, and reducing the total map size in order to accommodate this deliberate deduction in total player count capacity. The weapon finding process, often the most tedious, grinding aspect of any Battle Royale game, isn't too bad here in Danger Zone, with weapons scattered across the map at the start of the game, hidden inside weapon crates. These crates can generally be opened using any primary or melee weapon, however some crates are fortified and can only be opened using heavy weapons or explosions. Players can also purchase weapons directly using a buy menu, accessible via your character's tablet, which also acts as your in-game minimap, notifying you of potential nearby enemy activity, imminent public supply drops, etc. Weapons can be purchased on this menu using in-game cash you've picked up throughout the game so far, on top of your default amount of money given to you at the start of the game. However, while you can purchase weapons, ammo doesn't seem to be directly purchasable. While you can combine ammo by purchasing a second copy of the same weapon and simply absorbing the extra ammo from that, or if you're lucky enough you could run into a randomly spawned ammo pack, but in most instances the single clip or two of ammo given to you when you first got the gun is all the ammo you're likely to get. So this naturally increases the value of each bullet, de-incentivizing players from wildly firing in the air and instead rewards those who conserve their ammo. The combat system itself is a direct port of the combat mechanics seen in other CSGO modes, with fairly inaccurate hit markers, heavy bullet spread, and other features in order to make the game more like real life. However, this is carried out to such a degree that it surpasses what we would call reasonable realism, and dives into unrealistic realism. And by this I mean, larger weapons such as semi-automatics or automatics will almost constantly miss their target even at medium range distances, whereas in real life, the person would almost certainly have been hit by almost every single shot. Now, I'm not a seasoned expert in CSGO, and I've barely touched the game since I bought it many years ago, so take everything that I've said from an outsider's point of view. Aside from popping online a couple of times in the past to enjoy a new map, in the company of AI practice bots, I have had very little experience directly with CSGO. So my criticism here, again, is simply that of an interested observer looking in at the game from an outside window. So that said, I am not a fan of the actual shooting mechanics, as I'm sure you've guessed by now, in this Battle Royale mode. I do find it a bit tedious and a bit too reliant on luck, as opposed to rewarding skill. Many may disagree with me, but I've never been a big fan of forcing oppressive degrees of weapon spread, especially in the case of semi-automatic or non-automatic weapons, and especially when the playable map features large open areas, as opposed to the comparatively smaller and condensed corridors and objective points. While this type of gameplay may be preferable to those in higher tiers of play, such as on a competitive scene, it does seem ill-suited for casual pickup and play. Very opposite to games like Fortnite or PUBG. That said, it is quite possible that Valve deliberately made the design choice to incorporate these existing mechanics, not only because it saves development time by not creating an altogether different weapon spread system strictly for Danger Zone, but also I believe Valve intends, whether imminently or in the near future, to bring this game mode to the forefront as a serious contender in the Battle Royale esports scene, by hosting public championships, team-based tournaments, etc., in order to drum up sales for in-game microtransactions, gain new corporate advertiser sponsors, and sell out-of-game merchandise. Whether Danger Zone, along with the new free-to-play nature of CSGO as a whole, is enough to drive in a new and mostly younger demographic to the game, and subsequently have enough ongoing content to keep them around, and have them buying more in-game cosmetics and other virtual items, will likely be the determining factor in how Valve intends to support the mode in the future. Either way, Danger Zone is not a mode I plan on continuing to play on a regular basis, as there are far better alternatives within the Battle Royale genre. While Danger Zone personally does feel more engaging to play than some other generic mainstream battle royales like H1Z1 or The Culling, it simply doesn't have enough unique flavor to really justify it to anyone who wouldn't already like many of the mechanics found in CSGO as a whole. If you like CSGO, you'll like CSGO Danger Zone. If you don't like CSGO already, you probably won't like CSGO's new Danger Zone mode. If you're already interested in CSGO already, or if you're new to CSGO but you think you might like it, Danger Zone is a pleasant addition. But if you personally aren't attracted to the overall combat flow of CSGO, Danger Zone likely will not be the thing to change your mind. At the end of the day, I don't particularly have any love for Danger Zone, but I don't hate it either, and honestly that's more than I can say for The Last Jedi. At any rate, that wraps us up for today. Hope you've enjoyed this video. It was certainly an interesting one to make, and I'll be back next week with an all-new review video for you then. I had intended November to be my busy month for reviews, but it would appear everything has kind of just snowballed for me here in December. If you took the time to get this far into the video, I would ask you to shoot me a quick comment down below, tell me what you think of CSGO's new Danger Zone mode, or just leave me some feedback about this review. Contrary to some beliefs, I, unlike potentially Mark Zuckerberg, am human and I'm always learning and trying to improve on this format, so any feedback, however quick, does help me get closer to that goal. Also, for those of you who are new, consider subscribing and opting into getting notifications so that hopefully YouTube will actually let you know when a new video of mine goes live. YouTube's subscription system does seem to be constantly devolving over time, and this appears to be the best current workaround. This has been WarriorDan signing out. Stay awesome everybody, and peace out.